At 6:30 a.m., my phone began to vibrate, a relentless pulse of 23 calls in rapid succession. I knew the number well. It was the sound of their world crumbling, the sound of the people who had left me behind, scrambling to patch together their perfect little scheme. I silenced the phone and let it buzz into the quiet, letting the silence stretch between us. 2 days earlier, I had received a text that cracked their fragile facade. It wasn't meant for me, but for my father. It was a mistake, a sloppy one, that shattered everything. Asterisk he won't notice. His account's barely active. Asterisk a message had been sent by my sister, and in that single moment, everything changed. I stare at the words, my thumb hovering over the screen, taking in each syllable, my breathing slow and deliberate. I typed back just 2 words. I noticed, then I did what I had to. I flagged every charge, froze the account, and left them stranded halfway across the world, their wallets empty, their dream vacation, funded by my emergency savings, now reclaimed. But the story didn't begin with that text. It began with a photo. It was a photo my mother posted without hesitation. Her, my father, my sister, and her fiancé standing in the glow of the Santorini sun. The crystal blue of the Aegean framed their faces. The caption read, asterisk nothing but real family on this journey. Real family. Asterisk, I blinked at the screen, letting those words carve themselves into my soul. I hadn't even known they were gone. No invitation, no mention, no goodbye, just a public declaration that I didn't exist in their world anymore. I was nothing. I didn't react. I stayed silent. Silence has always been my weapon. I've always been the quiet one, the one who remembers the details everyone else forgets, the one who notices the extra glass at the dinner table, the one who sees the receipts left lying around. They mistook my silence for absence, my calm for blindness. They weren't cruel, not outwardly. My mother's gentle dismissals, my father's distracted nods, my sister's sugar-coated manipulations, each one a small act of betrayal. They smiled in my face, all the while siphoning me dry behind closed doors. The accounts were connected, a relic of when we shared expenses after Dad's stroke. I'd kept the arrangement alive out of convenience, not realizing they were using it as a lifeline. I didn't think anyone else remembered it existed, but they did, and they counted on me not noticing, on me not caring. Until I did. The charges started appearing. Flights to Athens, luxury hotels in Santorini, boat tours, group dinners, all on my card. At first, I thought it was a mistake. But mistakes don't cost 5 figures. I scrolled to the list until my thumb ached, cataloging each transaction like a detective piecing together a puzzle. They hadn't even bothered to hide it. The arrogance, the certainty that I would stay silent, that I would accept the cost as I always had, stung the most. I didn't confront them. I simply watched. I studied my sister's Instagram stories, filtered sunsets, laughing toasts, their faces glow with the freedom of vacation they had taken without me. I took screenshots, noted timestamps, cross-referenced them with the charges. I listened to my mother's voicemails, carefully crafted messages about how busy they all were, too busy to see me lately. I noticed a subtle shift in their language, the way they excluded me, as though I no longer existed in their lives. Over the course of 2 weeks, I built my case with precision. Quietly, methodically, I called the bank, explained the situation calmly and clearly, provided the evidence, and filed fraud claims. One by one, the charges were reversed. My account was frozen, their access revoked. I waited until the reversal was irreversible, until every transaction they tried to make was declined. Only then did I text my sister back. I wrote, simply, I noticed, and I let the silence linger, letting them stew in their panic, stranded and helpless, their credit frozen, their dream trip cut short. No more hotel rooms, no more dinners, no more excursions they could toast without me. When I was ready, I picked the battlefield carefully, the old family house, the living room where I used to sit in the corner, too sensitive to join in. I told them I'd meet them there when they returned. They walked in, sunburned and brittle, fury radiating from their skin. My mother hissed, her voice laced with venom, "You stranded us." I looked up calm, folding my hands in front of me. No, I said, my voice steady. You stranded yourselves. I just turned off the faucet. My sister's voice cracked. You could have ruined us. I gave them no answer at first. I didn't need to speak. I just let the weight of the silence pressing around us. You did that yourself, I replied softly. You counted on me not noticing. You counted on me being nothing. The words flew at me like stones, angry, hurtful words, ungrateful, petty, overreacting. But I stayed still, collected, my insides a slow storm. I laid out the evidence. Every document, every screenshot, every charge reversed, every phone call. You always told me family sticks together. I said, my voice quiet. You just forgot to include me. My father, for once, had nothing to say. His eyes didn't meet mine. I stood up, leaving the folder on the table. I didn't need to shout. They knew they had lost not just the money, but me. You took what wasn't yours, I said, pausing the doorway. I just took it back. There's an art to betrayal. It's in the way you twist a knife, just subtly enough that they don't feel the cut until they bleed. But revenge is precision. It's clean, calculated, and final. As I walked away, I felt nothing but a weight lifting off my chest. The 23rd missed call vibrated again in my pocket, but I didn't answer. Some silences are worth keeping.